What if I told you that perfect, deep, restorative sleep is not a luxury of the young, but a skill that can be relearned at any age? What if the secret to silencing a racing mind and calming a restless body was not found in a pill, but in 3 simple movements you can do in your own bed in less than 5 minutes? Welcome back. I am Dr. Sato. As a medical doctor who has dedicated his life to bridging the gap between Western science and the ancient wellness traditions of Japan, I have seen thousands of patients who believe their best nights of sleep are behind them. They come to me tired, frustrated, and resigned to a life of waking up more exhausted than when they went to bed. Today, I am here to reveal the truth. Your body has not forgotten how to sleep. It has simply forgotten how to prepare for it. In this episode, I will guide you through 3 profoundly simple bedtime stretches. These are not exercises. They are conversations with your nervous system. I will show you, step by step, how to perform each movement. I will explain the powerful science behind why they work, calming the stress hormones that keep you awake and activating the part of your brain responsible for deep rest. And I will share with you the story of how these exact stretches gave millions of seniors, just like you, the gift of perfect sleep. I must ask you to stay with me until the end. The third stretch is perhaps the most overlooked, yet it holds the key to preventing one of the most common sleep disturbances in older adults. This is not just about feeling more rested. It is about restoring your body's natural healing cycle, improving your memory, and reclaiming the vitality you deserve. Let us begin. Before we learn the first stretch, we must understand why so many of us lose the ability to sleep soundly as we age. It is not your fault. Our modern world places us in a state of constant low-grade alert. The news, the notifications on our phones, the worries about family and finances, they all activate what is called the sympathetic nervous system. This is your body's fight or flight mode. It releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, keeping your heart rate up, your muscles tense, and your mind vigilant. For our ancestors, this system was a lifesaver. It helped them escape predators. But for us, it is a sleep killer. We go to bed with this system still humming in the background. We are physically in bed, but our bodies are still scanning the horizon for danger. This is why you might lie awake for hours, your mind racing, or why you might wake up suddenly at 2 or 3 in the morning with a jolt of anxiety. Your body is stuck in on mode. To sleep deeply, we must manually switch to the off mode. This is the parasympathetic nervous system, often called the rest and digest system. It lowers your heart rate, relaxes your muscles, and signals to your brain that you are safe. The stretches I am about to teach you are a direct, physical language that speaks to this system. They are a way of telling your body, the day is done. The danger has passed. It is time to rest and repair. I will never forget a patient I had, a 75-year-old woman named Mrs. Watanabe. She was a retired teacher, a brilliant and kind woman who was being slowly erased by a lack of sleep. She told me, "Dr. Sato, I feel like a ghost. I haven't slept through the night in 10 years. I wake up at 3 a.m. every single night, and my mind just starts to worry. I've tried everything, pills, teas, avoiding caffeine. Nothing works." Her body was in a constant state of tension. Her shoulders were hunched, her back was stiff, and her hands were always cold. A classic sign of a hyperactive sympathetic nervous system constricting blood flow. I knew that before we could address her mind, we had to first calm her body. I taught her these 3 simple stretches. She was skeptical, of course. How could a few gentle movements succeed where powerful medications had failed? But she was desperate, so she promised to try. Her transformation is why I am so passionate about sharing this with you today. Let's start with the first stretch, the one that began to unlock Mrs. Watanabe's decade of tension. Stretch number 1, the gentle spinal unwind. This first movement is designed to release the tension that accumulates in your lower back and hips throughout the day. For many of us, this is where stress physically resides. We sit in chairs for too long, we stand with our weight unevenly distributed, and over years, the deep muscles around our spine become chronically tight. This tightness sends a constant, low-level pain signal to the brain, even if we don't consciously feel it. This signal is enough to keep the nervous system on alert and prevent us from entering the deeper stages of sleep. The gentle spinal unwind is done lying in your bed, so you are already in a position of rest. Here is how you do it. First, lie flat on your back. Take a moment to feel the mattress supporting you. Draw both of your knees gently toward your chest, as if you are hugging them. You can wrap your arms around your shins. Rock gently from side to side for a few moments. This in itself is a calming motion, a primal movement that reminds the body of safety. Now, release your arms and extend them out to your sides, forming a T shape with your body. Your palms can face up or down, whichever is more comfortable. Take a slow, deep breath in. As you exhale, gently let both of your knees fall to your left side, toward the mattress. Do not force them down. Let gravity do the work. Your right shoulder might want to lift off the bed. Try to keep it anchored. It is more important to keep the shoulder down than to get your knees to touch the bed. Now, turn your head to look over your right shoulder, away from your knees. You should feel a gentle, spiraling stretch through your entire torso, from your lower back, through your mid-back, and into your chest and shoulder. Hold this position. And now, the most important part. Breathe. Take 5 slow, deep breaths. With each inhale, feel your belly expand. With each exhale, feel your body sinking deeper into the stretch, releasing a little more tension. After your 5th breath, gently bring your head back to the center, and then use your core muscles to bring your knees back to the center. Pause for a moment. Then, on your next exhale, let your knees fall to your right side and turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Again, hold for 5 deep, slow breaths, allowing your body to melt into the mattress. Why is this so powerful? From a scientific perspective, this gentle twisting motion stimulates the vagus nerve, a massive nerve that runs from your brain down through your torso and is the main superhighway of your parasympathetic nervous system. Gently stimulating this nerve is like pressing the calm button on your entire body. A 2018 study in the Journal of Clinical Medicine found that techniques that stimulate the vagus nerve significantly improve heart rate variability, a key indicator of a healthy, adaptable nervous system that can easily shift into a state of rest. From a traditional Japanese perspective, we see this as unblocking stagnant kai, or life energy, in the lower body. When energy is stuck, it creates agitation. This stretch allows the energy to flow freely again, creating a sense of peace and groundedness. For Mrs. Watanabe, this was the first revelation. She told me, "For the first time in years, I felt my lower back just let go. It was a feeling I didn't even realize I was missing." That first night, she still woke up, but she said the feeling of anxiety was less sharp. Her body had been given its first instruction to stand down. Stretch number 2, the seated forward fold. Our second stretch moves us from lying down to a seated position, preferably on the edge of your bed. This movement targets the entire posterior chain of your body, your hamstrings, your glutes, and your back. The tension we hold in our hamstrings is directly linked to the tension in our lower back, and it is also neurologically connected to our body's stress response. Tight hamstrings are often a physical manifestation of a fight or flight readiness, as the body is primed to run. The seated forward fold is a signal to these muscles that there is no need to run. It is a declaration of safety. Here is how to perform it with care. Sit on the edge of your bed with your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Ensure your back is straight, imagining a string pulling the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. Rest your hands on your thighs. Take a deep breath in and lengthen your spine. As you exhale, slowly begin to hinge forward from your hips, keeping your back as straight as possible. Do not round your back. Imagine you are trying to touch your belly button to your thighs, not your head to your knees. Let your hands slide down your legs as you go. Only go as far as you can without pain or significant strain. For some, this may mean your hands only reach your knees. For others, they may reach your ankles or even the floor. The goal is not to touch your toes. The goal is to feel a gentle release in the back of your legs and your lower back. Once you have reached your comfortable limit, let your head and neck hang heavy. Let go of all the tension in your shoulders. You can let your arms dangle, or you can gently hold onto your elbows. Now, just as before, we focus on the breath. Take 5 to 8 incredibly slow, deep breaths. Focus particularly on the exhale. Try to make your exhale twice as long as your inhale. For example, breathe in for a count of 3 and breathe out for a count of 6. This specific breathing technique is profoundly powerful. Lengthening the exhale is another direct command to your parasympathetic nervous system. It slows the heart rate and has been shown to significantly reduce levels of the stress hormone cortisol. A study from the frontiers in human neuroscience found that slow, paced breathing with a long exhale dramatically increases parasympathetic activity. When you combine this breathing with the forward fold, you are creating a powerful 1-2 punch against stress. The physical stretch releases the stored tension in your muscles, while the breathing pattern releases the chemical tension in your bloodstream. After your final exhale, use your hands to press against your legs and slowly, very slowly, roll back up to a seated position, one vertebra at a time. Your head should be the last thing to come up. In Japanese Zen practice, this posture is a form of reverence. It is an act of bowing to the present moment, of letting go of the day's struggles. It is an act of humility. You are physically bowing, releasing the ego and the anxieties that are so often tied to it. Mrs. Watanabe found this stretch particularly difficult at first, not physically, but emotionally. She said it made her feel vulnerable, but as she continued, she realized it was not vulnerability she was feeling. It was surrender. She was surrendering the need to be in control, the need to worry. She was surrendering to rest. She told me that after a week of this practice, she started sleeping until 4:30 a.m. Progress. Before we move to our final, crucial stretch, I want to ask you a question. Where in your body do you feel you hold the most tension at the end of the day? Is it your neck, your back, your legs? Recognizing this is the first step. Please, share your answer in the comments below. It helps us all to know we are not alone in this. Stretch number 3. The ankle and wrist release. Now we arrive at our third and final stretch. This one seems so simple, so minor, that most people would dismiss it entirely. Yet, it is often the missing piece of the puzzle for achieving uninterrupted sleep, especially for seniors. This movement targets the extremities, your hands and your feet, and it is designed to combat one of the most common sleep disruptors, nocturnal leg cramps and restless sensations. As we age, our circulation can become less efficient. Blood can pool in the lower legs, and the communication between our nerves and muscles can become less precise. This can lead to the sudden excruciating pain of a leg cramp that jolts you out of a deep sleep, or that maddening, creepy crawly feeling of restless leg syndrome. A significant study in the Journal of Physiotherapy followed older adults who suffered from nocturnal leg cramps. The group that performed simple calf and hamstring stretches right before bed reported a dramatic reduction in both the frequency and severity of the cramps. Our final stretch is a variation of this principle, focused on promoting circulation and releasing stagnant energy from the very ends of your limbs. This can be done either sitting on the edge of your bed or lying down. Let's assume you are lying down, preparing for sleep. Here is the sequence. First, extend your right leg out straight. Now, simply point your toes away from you as far as you can, as if you are a ballet dancer. Hold for a count of 3. You should feel a gentle stretch in your shin. Then, flex your foot, pulling your toes back toward your face as far as you can. Hold for a count of 3. You should feel a stretch in your calf muscle. Repeat this pointing and flexing motion 5 times, slowly and deliberately. Next, begin to rotate your ankle. Make 5 slow, large circles in a clockwise direction. Then reverse it, making 5 slow circles in a counterclockwise direction. Imagine you are drawing a perfect circle in the air with your big toe. Now repeat the entire sequence with your left leg. 5 point and flex movements, followed by 5 circles in each direction. Now, we do the same for the hands. Extend your arms out in front of you. Gently make a fist, then spread your fingers as wide as you can. Repeat this 5 times. Then, just as with your ankles, begin to rotate your wrists. 5 slow, large circles in one direction and 5 in the other. Do this for both wrists. Why does this work? On a physical level, you are acting as a manual pump for your circulatory system. These simple rotations squeeze the muscles and veins in your lower legs and forearms, pushing stagnant, deoxygenated blood back up toward the heart and pulling fresh, oxygenated blood into the extremities. This improves circulation, delivers vital nutrients to the nerve endings, and helps flush out the metabolic waste products that can contribute to cramping and restlessness. From a traditional Eastern perspective, the hands and feet are where the body's energy meridians either begin or end. They are critical gateways. When these gateways are blocked, energy becomes trapped, leading to sensations of agitation or pain. By gently opening and rotating these joints, you are ensuring that the qi can flow smoothly through the entire body, creating a state of balanced harmony that is essential for deep sleep. This was the final piece of the puzzle for Mrs. Watanabe. The first 2 stretches helped her fall asleep, but she was still being woken by leg cramps occasionally. After adding the ankle and wrist release to her nightly ritual, she slept through the night for the first time in over a decade. She came into my office with tears in her eyes. "Dr. Sato," she said, "I feel like I've been reborn. I had forgotten what it felt like to wake up feeling truly rested." So, there you have them. 3 simple, profound movements, the gentle spinal unwind, to release the back and calm the vagus nerve. The seated forward fold, to lengthen the hamstrings and lower cortisol with your breath. And the ankle and wrist release, to improve circulation and prevent cramps. I want you to see these not as a chore, but as an act of profound self-care. It is a ritual to close your day. It is a quiet conversation with your body, a moment to thank it for carrying you through another day, and to give it the tools it needs to heal and repair as you sleep. The entire sequence takes less than 5 minutes, but its effects are cumulative and life-changing. Create an environment of peace. Dim the lights. Turn off the screens. Perform these stretches with intention, with gratitude. Feel the tension melting away. Feel your breath slowing down. Feel your body preparing for the deep, restorative rest it has been craving. Sleep is not a battle to be won. It is a tide to be welcomed. You cannot force the tide to come in, but you can clear the beach of debris so that when it arrives, it can wash over everything smoothly and completely. These stretches are how you clear the beach. I hope this has been helpful to you. The power to reclaim your sleep is within you. It is in your breath. It is in your gentle movement. It is in your intention. Start tonight. You have nothing to lose but your exhaustion. If you have found this wisdom to be valuable, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with others who may be struggling. We are a community here, and by sharing this knowledge, we lift each other up. And as I asked before, please do let me know in the comments which of these stretches you are most looking forward to trying. I read your responses, and they bring me great joy. Thank you for your time. I wish you a night of deep, perfect sleep. See you in the next episode. Now, let me share with you the broader picture of why this matters so deeply. Poor sleep is not just an inconvenience. It is a silent destroyer of health. When you do not sleep well, your body cannot complete its essential repair processes. Your brain cannot clear out the toxic proteins that accumulate during the day, proteins that have been linked to dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Your immune system cannot produce the cells it needs to fight infection and disease. Your muscles cannot rebuild after the day's activities. Your hormones fall out of balance, leading to weight gain, mood disturbances, and increased risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease. A landmark study from the Journal of the American Medical Association followed over 10,000 adults for more than a decade. They found that those who consistently slept fewer than 6 hours per night had a significantly higher risk of death from all causes. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a biological necessity, as fundamental as food and water. Yet unlike hunger or thirst, the signals for sleep deprivation are often more subtle. You may simply feel foggy, irritable, or unmotivated. You may not even realize how much you are suffering until you experience a truly restorative night of sleep. Mrs. Watanabe told me something that I will never forget. She said, "Dr. Sato, when I finally slept through the night, I woke up and cried. Not because I was sad, but because I realized I had been living in a fog for so many years. I had forgotten what clarity felt like. I had forgotten what it felt like to wake up and actually want to face the day." That is what is at stake here. That is what these 3 simple stretches can give you. Not just sleep, but the return of yourself. I also want to address a common concern. Many of you may be thinking, "But Dr. Sato, I have tried everything. I have tried sleeping pills, herbal teas, meditation apps. Nothing has worked. Why would a few stretches be any different?" This is a fair question, and it deserves an honest answer. The difference is this. Most sleep aids, whether pharmaceutical or natural, are attempting to force your body into a state of sleep. They are trying to override your nervous system, and while they may work in the short term, they often come with side effects, dependency, or a rebound effect, where your sleep becomes even worse when you stop using them. What we are doing here is fundamentally different. We are not forcing anything. We are inviting. We are creating the conditions for sleep to occur naturally by addressing the root cause, a nervous system that is stuck in a state of alert. These stretches work because they speak the language your body understands. They are physical cues that trigger a cascade of physiological responses. When you twist your spine gently, you are not just stretching muscles, you are stimulating nerve pathways. When you fold forward and breathe slowly, you are not just relaxing, you are chemically altering your stress hormone levels. When you rotate your ankles and wrists, you are not just moving joints, you are improving the flow of blood and energy. This is why it works when other things have failed. You're working with your body, not against it. In Japan, we have a concept called kaizen, which means continuous improvement through small, incremental changes. These stretches are the embodiment of kaizen. You are not overhauling your entire life. You are making 3 small, gentle adjustments. But those adjustments, done consistently, create a ripple effect that transforms your sleep, your energy, your mood, and ultimately, your health. I encourage you to commit to this practice for at least 2 weeks. Give your body time to learn this new language. The first few nights, you may not notice a dramatic difference. But pay attention to the subtle shifts. Perhaps you fall asleep 5 minutes faster. Perhaps you wake up once instead of 3 times. Perhaps the quality of your dreams improves. These are all signs that your nervous system is beginning to recalibrate. And remember, the environment in which you perform these stretches matters. Make your bedroom a sanctuary. Keep it cool, dark, and quiet. Remove the television, the laptop, the phone. These devices emit blue light that suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals to your body that it is time to sleep. They also keep your mind engaged and alert. Your bedroom should be a place of rest, not stimulation. When you combine these stretches with a sleep-friendly environment, you are creating the perfect conditions for deep, restorative rest.